The only issue here is going to come down to the mid lane, and one problem for FPX in the past has been that Care sometimes loses his matchup without Grace, and it makes the game a little bit harder for his squad.
E through the wall is pretty predictable to dodge unless he steps right in front of it. Okay, well, that's a flash out of Care.
Yeah, we talked about it, the wraparound gank. They're going to make this dive on a Jackie Love.
No way!
Say goodbye.
Assume Shadow and Jway able to get it done off of the priority they gained, forcing Crisp out of the lane early. That's first blood for FPX. But eventually, they got to being able to end the game. Now, Care could be in trouble here. No flash on this Yone, so easy knockup for Cream to lay in the damage with that explosive charge. And even with Shadow here, I just don't think it matters. Cream is able to finish him off.
Trying to muscle on through. I just think it's... like, if he jumps over, right, you're getting one, your supporter's nowhere near the area, and with an Alistar, you can actually just throw the Sejuani back over. Care can almost never connect into this play. TES, they're going to willfully give this up just because Kanavi has camps, but I still think it's a pretty big win here for Top Esports.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that they avoided in the sequence that happened against BLG, Bin on the Rumble died. 369 didn't. However, Shadow's going to continue the pressure on the Kanavi and say, hey, you want this Gromp? Well, I'm going to make it uncomfortable for you. However, his mid laner doesn't have first move. Cream is there first, and it's a flash impale with 369 coming over the top. Care tries to finish the job with a Fate Seal, but kind of whiffs. And now the rest of FPX have to run away as Cream is ramped up on the Lethal Temple, looking for Assume. And this misfortune that had a potential to get accelerated is not going to happen. The same story is not going to be the case for Top Esports this time around.
And now they just lose summoner spells for this. I mean, those are 3 kills going over to the Tristana, being more of a scaling item after a little bit, just having access to more crit. And this is a huge item coming in for TES. The fact that now that one of their 80 carries already has a completed first legendary is a pretty big shift.
If there's anyone that can really 1v1 right now, but he just always has to be careful in case, you know, Shadow or a support shows up. Kanavi just looking for a straight up impale, and unfortunately, Jway, the dredge line doesn't buffer you out of a suppression field like that. Cream gets an easy kill for a reset. Should have another buster jump as Care misses the Fate Sealed. Now has the flash on top of Cream, but it should be enough. FPX fully commit for the kill onto Tristana, and they get it done.
But they give the shutdown over to Care, that was to Shadow. Both of the summoner spells coming out from Care, as well as the flash from Awesome. Can TES actually contest for this? I mean, Cream will have teleport. I think you've now given over multiple grubs to TES.
Oh, Shadow buffering through Chris' headbutt with his own Arctic Assault. Actually kind of punks him, and Jackie Love is on 4th bullet, but can't step up to threaten. FPX should be able to clear the minion wave in mid and guarantee priority for FPX. Are they just going to get all 3 grubs? Maybe. Kanavi can try to smite one away, but now it's down to the last one. Shadow doesn't have smite anymore, but Kanavi doesn't feel safe enough to walk up. He should just be able to go in there.
Okay,
Come on,
Jackie Love is walking over. Oh my god, he steals it with Q!
Who needs smite, baby? It's just a rock. In case you do need to start building, you know, scaling crit damage, and you need to get a Last Whisper out there for this very beefy Sejuani, since she does have a majority of the gold on FPX's side, but that is first brick awarded to Top Esports as Kanavi, little drive-by, not really going for anything, just trying to spook FPX.
Side, and try to meet up with his team, but FPX, they're already going to be done with this objective, so every time that Cream isn't here, TES are a little bit behind. You look at the gold leads individually, and most of them are going in favor of FPX. 15 minutes.
I told you, my goodness. 2 items in 15 minutes, baby. Let's go.
He literally can just look. That's all they're doing. They're just escorting him to turrets.
Now, Chris was forced to pop the ultimate here, but Shadow, is he in trouble? That's a lot of damage. Look at Cream already pumping, but he gets it. Oh no, Cream! He got interrupted middle of the jump.
Never making a play. You do still have this teleport coming in from Cream. Care has to make the outplay of a sentry to escape.
Fate Seal clips Kanavi on the back end so he doesn't get the full travel distance. This guy is dead to rights, and Jackie Love just might be able to pick up the recipient kill credit. And so just like that,
just now channeled it, so they're going to at least be 15 to 20 seconds late. FPX get themselves the first 2 dragons of this game.
Cream dodges a majority of all the abilities he needs to get away from, sidestepping the dredge line. Chris, do you have help? I mean, I guess Cream is here, but
this is
Chris
a wonderful time to show this this graphic, by the way. Oh my god, wait, Mako has almost 10,000? Oh my god, Cream!
Hang on. All right, you know, Cream this time doesn't get stunned up by anything, so he's able to just lay down the pain.
Reset and spend their gold here. I know that Cream has been out on the map for not all that much amount of time, so might be able to also go for another wave. You can see that JackeyLove right now, he has to stay by himself while Crisp and Kanavi, again, just escorting mid. Usually we see this with things like Azir and mages, just so that they can get into side lane and they can grab their gold, but we'll see. What does Cream have in inventory here? Because Yuntao completed, Infinity Edge done at 15 minutes.
Compromised position here. Top Esports gonna brute force their way back into the river. Crisp and Kanavi taking the front. 369 left with soloing out the Rift Herald, but now the engage from Jway. Death charge right onto JackeyLove. Care is looking for the flank as well, but turns right into the front line. Big curtain call damage could be big for JackeyLove as he's just firing bullets one after another into the front line. Assume is still healthy, but Shadow and Jway are chunked. And it should be enough for Top Esports to feel at least confident about taking this dragon, but they are more worried about the T1 turret going in the mid lane. Good call by FPX. Glacial Prison U stuns up JackeyLove, but the Deadly Flourish still connects on the Shadow. Here comes the teleport. Crisp is super low, finds nothing with that. Pulverize as he tries to flash away, but it goes down. 369 in the middle of all 5. FPX are winning the fight from Top Esports. They mind controlled them away for the dragon.
For FPX, Sheer and Care still having those big ult buttons. I think it's impossible. TES are now wasting time on the map, not pushing any of their waves. Self-dirty by getting into that spot.
It's valid. It's valid.
Okay, Otacon's already gone. FPX in the area. Teleport from Care.
Crisp already hex flashing forward. Shadow goes in. JackeyLove secures the Otacon, but now it's all about the roses. How many can you pick up for yourself? Make a bouquet. Kanavi trying to pull them forward, but FPX are brute forcing their way through the front line. Good night, Alistar. Good night, Skarner. Good night, Cream. FunPlus Phoenix don't give a damn about the Tristana advantage, and now they're looking to corral JackeyLove at 369. JackeyLove on the tower against all 5 members of FPX. Can't even find a trade kill back. Flashes away the one bullet. At least gets one back, but it's an overwhelming fight win for FPX.
Well, guess what? FPX, they'll get some of those blood roses. They'll get a bottom lane tier 1 and some summoner spells out from TES.
Dunked? I don't know what to say. FPX just might be the real deal.
Yeah, we're seeing this now. Shadow might be caught.
Bullet time right only on the Kanavi, but he's losing health bars fast. Curtain call alongside Equalizer.
Oh,
Care has found JackeyLove. He interrupts the curtain call, but that's it. Jway still falls, and FPX are forced to retreat.
All right, so not much else on the map. It's 40 seconds before the Baron.
Reliably pumping out damage with the bullet time, and everyone else on FPX doing their job on the front line as we get ready for this 4th dragon.
Oh,
Prison.
ultimate doesn't land. Care goes into the Fate Unsealed. Oh, wait, what's going on?
Okay, he flashed in the wall trying to interrupt JackeyLove with the death charge, but it just doesn't do anything, and Assume is compromised. Care is forced to retreat, and just like that, maybe the FPX dream is about to die. Top Esports finally find their cleanest fight of the game, and no one drops from their side.
What is going on? The fight, the setup there just looked incredibly sloppy. It will be a dragon going over, and maybe even that Baron. We said with double marksman, it's potentially a lot easier for them to go. You see the pinks coming on out.
Prison whiffing, pretty much all the frontline engage tools not really being all that.
They'll move in, let just Cream raise these turrets with this Tristana. Level 16, so he should have close to 700 attack range at this moment from the Draw B passive. They'll get the mid-tier 1, so splitting FPX around the map, this is really dangerous for them, and TES are going to continue to expand this gold lead that they find themselves.
There you go. This is the clean, decisive play that we expect from a top team as the Glacial Prison cleanly buffered by Cream. He's safe, he still has flash, the Impale holds him in place, Kanavi might be forced to give up his life for the greater cause of keeping his carries alive. They turn on to Jway, locking down JackeyLove in the bullet time. Care's there to finish the job. Cream exhausted against Sheer. He goes golden, tries to buy time. Cream can't finish the job either. He has to buster jump away. Top Esports don't lose a lot of members in the fight as the season continues. Just needs to be able to continue cleaning it up as these games go on. Top Esports still in a favorable position to close out this game. Criticisms aside, Top Esports still should be able to have a hold on this game from FPX.
And it's so exciting when we talk about Cream in general. I mean, him coming over from OMG, being one of the legendary 2023 roster, that I feel like he got the best out of the trade, ended up going over to TES, and that is just Jway going down. Another kill probably going over to Cream. Dragon spawning in 13 seconds. That is not what we wanted to see from FPX. And
from FunPlus Phoenix, they're just going to take whatever gold comes their way through all of these lanes. At least what they're trying to do right now is set up some proactive vision on the top side.
Extra life that you're able to play with. And FPX are giving up a lot of gold just to be in flank spots. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this. Shadow's going to move forward.
Trust in your team and trust in your abilities. The Buster Shot buffer through lands right on Jackie Love's forehead, and he is caught because of Cream going through his face. Glacial Prison right on the back. The GA is going to get burned. Awesome. Does he have enough damage to kill Cream off of the respawn here? But here comes Chris, saves the day. But Awesome is still alive. Cream, can he pump the damage over the side? Sheer, but it's a flash from Cream, trusting in his abilities this time around,
wow.
And he survives.
Awesome almost was able to get around that headbutt. We're definitely getting a replay of that one. Such a close fight coming in here for both of these teams. FPX able to blow up 369 and Jackie Love. Both Cream still alive. He'll teleport back into this play, and Baron should be going over to top esports.
If I'm Jackie Love, I might have...
Nice to be able to cleanse the only piece of CC, but... Alright, we'll see if Cream's able to really do much.
That's what I'm
Kanavi
saying.
Is so tanky, though.
Oh, but Kanavi doesn't have any of his damage dealers up there. Chris tries to go forward with a punt and the pulverize, forced to pop the ulti. Is there any other engage abilities?
He's not in range.
Oh, but he bleeds them right into the equalizer. 369. Does he save this fight? But
Cream!
The bullet time! Sheer on the other side of the wall will still go down. Thankfully for top esports side, they have 2 AD carries, not just one. Jackie Love stepping up to the plate and try to carry this game forward. Do they have enough damage to end the game? Shadow and Care still alive, no ultimates available. It might be enough to force top esports away from the base.
All right, inhibitor, but guess what? There's still a dragon on the cards here. Wayside, triple Ocean Drake here for top esports. They're gonna have so much sustain, so much regen now going through this season, which is they can play a mean early game, they'll mess up in the mid game, and then they're just too far ahead.
And they'll bring it home in the late game. Bullet time is only hitting the front line. This time, Jackie Love and Cream are nowhere near and not affected by the damage output. Curtain Call on the way out. Shadow is going to get tagged by this 4th bullet. Thankfully, he's a tank, so it's only going to damage him to 50% HP. He has some time to go back to the fountain, regen to full, but now it's a 5-on-4 in favor of top esports.
And they have a Tristana. Like, he just walks up, throws an explosive charge if his team really wants to. Should be going for top tier or the top inhibitor turret here. See that TS are a little uncoordinated as they push into the base. I mean, Baron's still here, still up and available in a minute and a half's time. So if they don't feel like they can end, they can always wait. But I think knowing top esports, they're going to look for it.
Yep, they have the gold lead, they have the numbers advantage, they've got Shadow rammed into the Nexus itself, Assume forced to flash away, barrier already popped, Cream, Buster Shot right on top of Karen, he rocket jumps away back to safety, all tunneled onto the Nexus tower, they're looking for kills, great flash by Cream, dodging that Q3 knockup from Care, and just like that, top esports, doesn't matter about the mid-game woes, they still clean it up by the end game and take game 1. Now top esports, if this game goes super late, I don't even know if I believe in that anymore, because Kog'Maw also gets very disgusting later the game goes on.
Yes.
And we spotted out that there is no vision for Care, and he's going to jump right on top of this Talia. The charm even connects. Neither Cream or Kanavi had to pop a summoner spell to make that gank happen in its first blood.
Those summoner spells. Shadow on vision means that Cream will have to give this up.
Heal used by Jway, exhaust comes out onto Assume the damage, and Jackie Love and Chris just proved that they're better in the 2v2. Not even the after death passive from Kog'Maw will at least get a trade kill. Top esports are eating good this game.
Towards his bottom side camps, great setup from 369.
to at least contest for majority of this minion wave. Neither have TP, so they won't be joining this fight on the top side. Wind becomes lightning, does not hit on a shadow. He's trying to take away these Krugs. Cream is starting to walk forward. Flash on a Jackie-Love, but he just skates over the wall.
Oh,
and
Cream!
then look for the charm onto Assume. Cream still has 2 charges of the Spirit Rush. Kanavi might be in trouble. Doesn't have level 6. He goes down, but it's traded on to Dway. Jackie-Love is still firing. He's got Chris, but this cat can at least jump to Cream to save his life. Big triple kill for Cream. He's got one more Spirit Rush as he dodges the seismic shove. And Care is trying to find at least one more kill to give back over to FPX's side. But Cream, once again, super snowballed on his champion of choice.
Shadow, despite what's been going on, now gets 3 grubs. He actually has a camp lead over Kanavi. I think this is still fine. You're only down 400 gold. Awesome gets engaged upon.
Yep. It's the cost of Chris' last chapter, but ultimate as well as Jackie-Love's ultimate expended. Good flick by Kanavi, punts away Shadow, still absorbs a lot of damage from Care's combo. Dway pops the ultimate on himself to get a knockup, but Cream and Jackie-Love are just pumping even through the exhaust. They're winning the fight all by themselves, and Cream is dancing around Care's Talia. Charm goes wide.
Oh my god, guys.
But he doesn't even need to finish him off. Jackie-Love hits him with the zap. And just like that, Top Esports are now 11 kills before 10 minutes.
I don't think we're even going to be able to see the second set of grubs.
Probably not. And you know what? I don't think Top Esports cares, because even if they don't get grubs from themselves, they're blitzing the game fast enough, they won't even need it. Now, Jackie-Love taking this fight a little too boldly. Here comes the Avengers. FPX sailing on in with both of their global ultimates, but still Awesome falls in the aftermath. And FPX are at least able to get 2 kills back, but Top Esports now exacting their revenge on the side lanes. At 369 looking for the solo kill on Sheer, forcing his flash.
Those are more summoner spells taken away from FPX.
Good flash by 369, but just not fast enough. Kanavi is nowhere near to make the difference, and it's Shadow that helps Sheer and bail him out.
Remember after that fight he had 1300? It's now 200. They just gave over 1,000 gold to the Kog'Maw. And the first dragon going over to TES, I think very important when we're talking about this game being one where FPX are the team that eventually kind of can crest the hump and
reckless abandon, push those limits, see how Top Esports can really be terrifying as a squad.
I don't think this is
Cream
real,
is the
guys.
one leading the charge. Big charm over the wall. Sheer locking up Kanavi, and he tries to flash away, but the seismic shove clips him, and it's a 1-for-1 for FPX.
But you saw there that Sheer, the way that he took the trade into 369, he actually used the Eclipse to break a lot of the damage that 369 had put down. Bottom lane pairs can actually get off of both of these turrets. Jackie-Love and Chris hitting the mid-tier 1, and FPX going for more.
4v2 under Cream and 369. They stun him Cream, but he flashes away from the Talia combo. He might be able to get out alive, but Care's gonna flash forward, guarantee a shutdown going into Awesome's pocket. And just like that, FPX are brute force their Kog'Maw back into the game.
But look at Zeri though. You know, we're talking about these 2 hyper carries having to go band for band in the marketplace. And those are a lot of kills going over to Awesome. It's another turret here even falling in favor of FPX. Their first of the game, I should say. What is the item backs here? As soon as they hit the market. Awesome, what does he get? What does he get? Flicker Blade's complete. He's going to have permanent uptime on his W. Sheer's dead.
That's pretty scary. Yeah. Sheer overextended. No flash from the dive before. 369 getting ready to exact revenge. Wind becomes lightning, slows him down. There's the knockup from the 3 Talon strike, and Sheer has got nowhere else to go. He's going to dance around. He's going to stall some time, and at least guarantees that FPX can get maybe one of these grubs.
I think they're getting all of them. Cream and the rest of Co are in Super Narnia, so...
You know what it is? I was thinking about how the new patch spawns Rift Herald at 15 minutes. And I'm like, oh yeah, we're not on the new patch yet. It's still 16 minutes for Rift Herald. So, okay, FPX will get pretty much all of the grubs unless Top Esports can make a difference here. But that's 5 for FPX. Decent advantage for them if they ever get a chance to siege. And we're no longer in the territory where Top Esports were soundly in control. They kind of chucked the lead a little bit. They're still in the lead. But Awesome now has a lot to say about this game.
Gonna catch Midge. 369's just gonna have his own field day with this turret, and Bessa's never gonna be able to match. And Top Esports, they're gonna push on some of these turrets even without having the grubs. force FPX into awkward positions.
Yeah, even though Awesome has been super accelerated into this game to some, maybe some, once again.
Oh no, Sheer. Oh, Zeri just jumped over the wall. No, Sheer. Well,
in the arms of an angel.
Well, that guy's on EDG, but this is a teleport. This is also the turret, and maybe even Care going down.
Care gets flashed on immediately by 369. I don't know what we're doing there, but Top Esports gonna say thank you very much to the solo laners just giving over 2 back-to-back kills. Now FPX gonna try to fight this one out, but you gotta be careful because Kanavi is ready for a flank. Awesome is trying to pump damage already with the W pop, but they're buying time. Here comes Cream with a teleport. Kanavi flanking. Awesome forced the flash and goes away. Dway is out of the fight, trying to return to his puppy and keep him protected as Kanavi finishes the job. Good night, Sugarmaw. Kanavi will fall to the turret and the Acathian explosion.
The impact, and that's to be expected going up against a player like 369. I say that, let's see if Care and the rest of Co can kind of make it on through. Solo laners of TES.
Damn.
Not able to defend each other.
At the cost of a flash from Sheer, as 369 was dancing around Care's abilities there, but above their counterparts at the moment. Both Sheer and Care finally getting their second items for this stage of the game. The Herald's going to charge and grant tier 1 turret in the mid lane for the side of FunPlus Phoenix. But that is it. Awesome still. No flash and ghost, and that means Kanavi is just going to go right on top of the cog. He's giving the shields, he's giving the wild growth, but they cannot defend him for that long when he's got no summoner spells. Shadow still on the retreat. Doesn't have flash, but Top Esports are looking for Care. That's the prime target. He flashes away to the safety of Sheer.
Oh!
The charm somehow goes through Sheer's body and tags Care instead. And now Sheer's gonna fall next.
Well, that probably might just be game. They take control of mid. They're gonna try to save on some of these waves. But Rafa, it is just not enough. It's sad to see for FPX for them to stumble. They were obviously going to be underdogs in this matchup, but there have been glimpses throughout this season, this week, and taken in dominant fashion that I think fans can start to gain a little bit more confidence in this team.
Kanavi jumping right back onto Austin this time around. He has flash, already popped the ghost. Care joins the fray, ensuring that the rest of FPX can look for another engage. Right onto Jackie Love, he's popped, even with the flash. Chris now joins to the shoulders of Kanavi, trying to see if he can escape. Still has a flash, just testing his limits, not burning the summoner spell because he has Chris in his back pocket.
Wait, the solo laners!
369 has arrived, he didn't even TP, he just walked up slowly, down smashing Awesome, and he goes down. Dway is gonna fall next. Kanavi giving his life for the greater cause. Now it's up to 369 and Cream to carry out this fight, but now Cream's got the cat on his back, and Sheer and Care are forced to retreat.
That was able to go very deep in internationals, the 369 that brought home an MSI trophy on JDG.
Yeah, it was the 369 that was allowing JDG to go for that golden road potential in 2023.
Happens to go down. Now, Dragon Soul in 20 seconds on the cards here for Top Esports. FPX are trying to find a way in, and Sheer trying to find a flank.
Kanavi pops the ultimate, at least blocks all the range damage, is able to step out of the fight just fine. Good charm on Awesome, and the Mikhail's Crucible doesn't come in time. So the puppy, the Juggermaw, down it goes. Care is gonna fall next. Cream on the flank, just annihilating them one after another, and it's a quadra kill for Jackie Love on the Zeri.
And that's gonna be the end of the game. They don't even need the soul. FPX, you can play proud the fact that you actually were able to push Top Esports, but they make it look easy here in game number 2. We wanted to see them play fast. We wanted to see them play aggressive, and they absolutely stomp FPX.
Top Esports continuing to show their dominance, and game 2 is a fine display of that reign. Top Esports sweep the series against FPX.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.